I'm super excited about today's sponsor. They've sponsored the podcast before, and this is a topic I'm super passionate about. I fear that us as girls struggle with PMS far more than we should, and we really shouldn't. I truly get the worst PMS symptoms. My boobs are sensitive, my face breaks out, my sugar controllings are out of whack. I feel like I'm just a bottomless pit. My mood is not the vibe, and Estro Control has been super helpful in helping manage those PMS symptoms and making that time of the month a lot more enjoyable. Estro Control is a formula developed by Happy Mammoth, a supplement company dedicated to making women's lives easier. Say no more. Estro Control contains science-backed herbal extracts that help support hormonal health, especially if you are someone like myself who struggles with PMS. It was created to help women feel like themselves all month long and to not struggle with the feelings PMS can cause. For a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use the code Alana at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use the code Alana for 15% off today.
Introducing Carvana Value Tracker, where you can track your car's value over time and learn what's driving it. It might make you excited.
Whoa, didn't know my car was valued this high.
It might make you nervous.
Uh-oh, market's flooded. My car's value just dipped 2.3%.
It might make you optimistic.
Our low mileage is paying off. Our value's up.
And it might make you realistic.
Car prices haven't gone up in a couple weeks. Maybe it's time to sell.
But it will definitely make you an expert on your car's value. Carvana Value Tracker. Visit Carvana.com to start tracking your car's value today.
Celebrity voice impersonation not an endorsement. Why go to a single furniture store when you can go to Big Sandy Superstore? Shop and compare America's top 5 mattress brands, plus Nectar and Purple. And choose from over 22,000 in-stock appliances from the top brands at the guaranteed lowest price. Or furnish the room of your dreams with a large selection of American-built furniture. With financing plans for just about anyone, there's nowhere else quite like it. Big Sandy Superstore.
Hello, good morning, angels, and welcome back to Morning Ray. I'm your host, Lan, or Alana, and today's episode is another Big Sis Chats episode. I asked you guys about a week or two ago to send in some questions, and I've put them all together. There's lots of exciting different topics, everything from school, career, friendship, health and wellness, mental health, and of course, dating. You know, we've been diving more into that topic lately, but I'm really excited to answer these questions. I just have them written down. I haven't thought of any answers, so we're going to be answering them spontaneously and in the moment and giving you my big sister advice, or the advice that I give my friends. It feels like I'm on FaceTime when I'm doing these sort of episodes, and I love doing them. I hope you guys like them as much as I do. It just feels super casual. Feels like we're on FaceTime, like I said. I love it. I feel like I get to know you a little better and we get a little closer. But let's get into our weekly intention. My weekly intention is to start the Nike Run Club. It's like their app. They have a 5K running plan. And if you've been following me on Instagram or you've been listening to the pod for a while, last summer, so not this past summer in 2022, but in 2021, I started running for the first time and I set a goal for myself to run 5K in 25 minutes by the end of the summer. I started running in May, and by around mid-September, I was able to pretty much do it in 25 minutes. I haven't been able to do that in a while. I've been running 5K a little bit recently with my October running challenge, but I really want to properly learn how to run to 5K again. So I discovered these plans on the Nike Run Club app, or Nike Running app, and they have a 5K one. So I'm going to try it out. It's an 8-week plan. I'm planning to start it next week or this week when you're listening to this, and I'm really excited. It's 3 to 5 runs a week. And I'm going to be doing that as a part of my October running challenge. I don't know. I think it's super fun and exciting. And that kind of leads me into the tip of the week, which is the reason how I stay motivated and excited about working out and get through slumps is I give myself little challenges and goals and little schedules and things like that to keep myself really excited and motivated and to kind of re-inspire myself. So if you are feeling super unmotivated or bored with your workouts, definitely look at different workout plans. I also found that was like the best way to keep me accountable when I was switching from dancing competitively to working out on my own in the gym. Didn't have to think about what I was going to do. It was all laid out for me. So really love that. And I'm really, really excited and motivated and I don't know, driven to do this 5K plan. And I don't know, when I decide that I want to do something, I really set my mind to it and I complete it. So maybe you guys can join this with me and we can do this little running 5K plan together. I'm going to be doing it on the treadmill. I've been loving running on the treadmill in my building gym. It's a little nerve-wracking. I'll be a little honest with that because it's on the main floor and there's big floor-to-ceiling windows. And so when people walk by, they can look in the gym and it just happens to be like in the entertainment district here in Toronto. If you know King Street, like it's where everything's happening. And I just, I don't love when people are walking by, especially because I've been into my super late night workouts, which is a current fave. So it's really funny when I'm running on the treadmill, which are facing the windows and people are walking to go out. So I love that. But really excited about this running plan. And I've gotten over this anxiety, which is so good because now I can go in that gym confidently and happily and work out. So current faves. I dyed my hair last week if you follow me on Instagram. If not, now you know. And I did like this red undertone. I always tone my hair. I don't actually dye it. And I'm obsessed. I just love when my hair is dark, which I just find so ironic because I was trying to go blonder for so long, but we embraced the natural color and I love, love, love being dark. I just feel like it complements my face and it makes my eyes pop so much more and I just feel so much more confident. So I love the darker hair. I also feel like my hair looks so much healthier and it's just good vibes all around. I rediscovered my Nude Sticks Peptide Lip Balm or whatever it's called. It's essentially like the same sort of deal as Rhode. I haven't tried the Rhode Lip Peptide treatment, but the Nude Sticks one is incredible and I love it and I rediscovered it and it is the shit, ladies. Like if you are in Canada or anywhere to this matter, you need to try out the Nude Sticks Peptide Lip Balm. It makes my lips so glossy and shiny, which I love, and it's super moisturizing and hydrating. So say goodbye to chapped lips this fall and winter season. Your lips will be plump and kissable, which I think is important, and you'll just feel super confident. I also really love the Tower 28 mascara, the Making Waves one. It has this curved wand. And that paired with this primer from, I'm blanking on the brand. Anyways, love this mascara. It holds the curl on my lashes all day. It makes them so voluminous and I love dark lashes. And it's just the vibe. I'm such a mascara whore. I love it so, so, so much. So if you haven't tried out the Tower 28 Making Waves mascara, or the Nude Sticks Peptide Lip Balm, you need to go to Sephora or Sephora.com or whatever and pick it up. I'll link it in the show notes if I remember. I will really try, guys, to remember to put it in the show notes. And yeah, they're just awesome. Another current fave, which I'm sure you've seen all over socials. If you're not following me on there already, because I know some of you are finding me from the pod, which again is so weird to me, but I kind of love how crazy it is. I've been obsessed with the Aritzia TNA Cozy AF sweatsuits. I got a bunch of the Cozy Mega sweatpants with the cropped boyfriend boxy zip up, and it's such a cute vibe. It's so comfy and cozy, hence the name, for fall. And who doesn't love a cute sweatsuit? And it's not too schlumpy, so like you can wear it out, And I just love it so much. I have a size small in both the top and the bottom, and I just love it. I have the light pink one. I got this mocha color. I love heather clad white. They're just cute all around. I also recently splurged on the Aritzia Babaton slouch coat. Now, this is an investment piece. It was like $400, $398 to be specific before tax. But you guys, this coat is made with wool. It will keep you warm up to negative 20 degrees Celsius. Don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but that's a warm jacket and it's really good quality. It's 100% wool, which is what's going to keep you warm. And it's going to last. Like, I'm going to have this for years to come. I got it in a black size small, if you're wondering. It's a super relaxed, like, pea coat situation. Trench coat, I think would be a pea coat. I think it would fall under that category. I've been having my eyes on it for at least, like, 2 years now, but more seriously since, like, earlier this year. And I finally did it. And my credit card is not going to be happy. Well, I'm not going to be happy paying the credit card, but it is definitely an investment piece. And that's something I've been focusing on more now. Like, when buying items, and especially when I'm investing in items, I want them to be timeless pieces, like really high quality, essential items that I can wear in a multitude of ways that are going to last me for years, that are really also versatile and great. So definitely check that out. It's the Aritzia Babaton slouch coat. I've also heard really good things about the Wilfred only coat. That one is a bit more structured, but I really like the Babaton one. Lastly, I picked up a vintage Danier leather men's jacket off of eBay. Ethan Glenn and Paige told me to check out eBay and to search that up. And I got a size medium, and this is the perfect leather jacket. If, again, I'm keep talking about socials, but if you follow me on Instagram and TikTok, I've posted a few reels styling this jacket. It's very much like the Hailey Bieber bomber jacket sort of look. I love it so much. It's such high quality. It literally came to, I think, 125 Canadian dollars. It's a real leather jacket. It has so much weight to it, which I love. It feels like a weighted blanket, so it's honestly kind of calming. And it's so cute. I've gotten so many compliments on it, so definitely hit up eBay. You can also check out Grailed. It might be a little more expensive, but the selection will be a bit more curated on there. But vintage Danier leather men's jackets are where it's at. And I got a size medium, and it's the perfect oversized look. I'm around 5'5", so it's also the perfect length. I'd like to thank Open for sponsoring today's episode of Morning Ray. You all know I've been trying to get more into meditation and breath work and just incorporate it more into a daily practice alongside my journaling. And that is how I stumbled across Open. I love that they have breath work and meditation classes that make you feel like it's IRL, yet you're in the comfort of your own space or wherever you may be doing it. It's allowed me to explore this wellness practice confidently and in the comfort of my own home, which we love. If you're interested in trying it out, Open is offering my listeners an exclusive deal of 30 days free so that you can try it out and see if you like it as much as I do. Head to open.com/Ray, that's RAE, and use code Ray to get 30 days free. That's open.com/Ray with code Ray for 30 days free. Thank you, Open, for sponsoring today's episode of Morning Ray. Now, let's get into the bulk of the episode, the questions, what you've been waiting for, why you clicked on this episode. Number one, we're starting off with how to make time for working out with school. Or you could apply this to work, whatever era of your life you are in. But this is definitely a number one question I'm asked. It's what my friends ask me. And I feel like everyone's always wondering this. But, sorry, I hit the mic. You need to figure out what your priorities are, right? Like, we all go to school or work or have some sort of schedule that takes up around like a 9 to 5 of our Monday through Friday. So you can either work out before school or you can work out afterwards. You just got to figure out what works best for you. You can do a combination of both. Right now I'm in my era of doing a combination of both. But maybe mornings are better for you or maybe evenings are better for you. So really think about like what time you have the most energy and what time you'll have the most willpower. For most, we have the most willpower in the morning. So that means waking up a bit earlier. And you don't need to spend like hours in the gym or working out or wherever you are. It's kind of why I love classes, because it limits you to 45, 55 minutes, however long the class is, and you don't have to worry about taking longer in your workout or you know exactly how long your workout is going to be, so you can schedule accordingly. So literally schedule in your workouts, figure out when it works best for you, wake up a little bit earlier. It can even be like you can split up your workouts even. Like say you don't have the time or energy to do like a 30 or 60-minute workout in the morning or after school or work. Why don't you divide it up? Why don't you do like 15 minutes in the morning and like 20 in the evening or something? Or maybe like you're working remote from home or school is from home and you're doing it online. Like maybe you can do like 10 minutes in the morning before school, 15 minutes during your lunch, and then another 10 or 15 afterwards. Like really figure out what works for you, schedule it in, make a habit of it, work on it for 21 days like I've spoke about in last week's episode. I believe it was last week's. And you will be surprised that it's a lot easier than you think it is. Best way to find a friend group in college. I miss having a steady group to go out with. Girl, I definitely feel you. I've never really been one to have like a core friend group. I definitely have like friend groups now, but I'm more so a girl that has her little clusters of friends in different places. And I feel like it's pushed on us so much in movies, and we do see friend groups and we do want that, and it's pushed on us that like we should have a friend group, and if we don't have one, then something's wrong with us. But you really don't need to have like a steady group to go out with. Like you can have like your group of individual friends, and like you can initiate the plans. Like you can set up the plans, or even like in high school, we honestly had a group. It was called 2.0, and it was a bunch of different people, and like someone occasionally would just like post like, hey, I'm hosting a house party on X day, like come here, blah, blah, blah. Like you could like do that sort of thing. I don't think people really use Facebook anymore, but you can make like an iMessage group or like WhatsApp or something and like kind of just hit everyone up. Like don't be afraid to initiate, and you will find your friends in places where you spend the most time, whether it be like in your classes or maybe at the gym or a cafe. Like don't be afraid to make the first move. Be confident, and I promise like you will find like a good crew, and like even like you can go out with just like one friend or two friends and have so much fun, and then like you can meet people and whatnot. Like my friend Jess and I go out all the time. We're actually debating going out after this. It's currently 9 p.m. on a Friday night. And, we have the best time of our lives. So, like, you don't really need to have, like, a steady group in order to go out and have fun. Like, you can have your little groups of friends in different places. Like, Shayna and I hang out all the time. Jess and I hang out all the time. I hang out with Corey. Like, I have all my friends in different places, and sometimes they do come together. So, you don't need to have, like, the friend group. How to ask the guy you're seeing if he's sleeping with other girls still. I think this is a really important question to ask, especially if you aren't using protection, which I advise against. You should be using protection. But you can definitely ask. Like, it might be easier to ask over text. It's a little less nerve-wracking, but you have every right to ask, and especially if you're not using protection and you need to know. Like, it's important to know. So literally you just can ask him like, hey, like, I'm just curious, like, are you seeing, honestly, guys, I don't know how to do this. Like, I would be such a wreck. I would literally just be like, hey, like, I just want to know, like, for STIs and STDs or whatever, like, are you still seeing other people? Like, are you sleeping with other people? Like, you can just go that approach. But if you want, like, to make it exclusive or something, then, like, initiate that conversation. Be like, hey, like, I've been having a really fun, like, time seeing you. Like, I wanted to know, like, if you're still seeing other people, or I don't know. Guys, it's honestly a really hard conversation to have. And it's nerve-wracking and it's scary. And, like, you're scared of, like, rejection or hearing something that you don't want to hear. But it's better to have this conversation than to keep pushing it off, in my opinion, because then you're always going to be wondering what if, or I don't know what he's doing, or you're going to be questioning it, or it's going to make you feel insecure. So just, like, be straight up and ask. And I'll take this advice as well. How to deal with self-comparison. It's definitely something that's really hard and something that you have to continuously work on. But I think the biggest tip that I have discovered and that I practice is that whenever I find myself comparing and I catch myself in the thought process, I take a step back and be like, no, like we're allowed to be different. Like we're equally as great. Like find the silver lining sort of thing, and then like give myself like a positive self-talk. We're all allowed to do our own things, and like we'll each be successful and great at our own individual things, and that is cool. Really like don't let yourself push yourself down in comparison to someone else. Like it's really not worth it. Hype yourself up, like find that silver lining, like give that positive self-talk. How do you not overwork yourself? I think it's really important to learn what your boundaries are and what your limitations are, and know your signs of burnout, or like when you're on the verge of burnout. It's really important to know these things so that you can prevent overworking yourself. But I think it's also really important to incorporate these self-care practices and to have those morning and night routines that are focused and centered around self-care practices, like journaling and having your phone away in the morning and working out or moving in some sort of way or stretching and taking the time to make yourself a nice meal or like cooking and meal prepping. Like it's really important to incorporate these self-care practices so that you don't overwork yourself. And then on top of having that morning and night routine, you can go and also listen to my morning routine episode to know a bit more how you can make a morning routine. But really set like limitations as to when you're going to work and when you're not going to work. When I was in school, I never let myself, unless like I had to, work past dinner. And dinner was always around like 7 or 8 p.m. At latest, I would work till 9. But when it hit 9, I was done working for the day. The rest of the time that night was to relax, to sleep, to recover. And I think that was super, super important. It's really easy to get caught up in the work and to want to like keep working. But if you don't rest and if you don't give time for yourself to just live life and to enjoy time by yourself or to go out with friends, etc., then like you're just going to burn out and you're not going to be able to perform and do work to the best of your abilities. How has your style evolved? I feel like my style has evolved a lot. When I was younger, like grade 5 and 6, I definitely looked like I was a mother. Like I dressed like a mom. Like I wore like little tank tops and cardigans and like layered and everything. But being super busy can make it really easy to fall into a dinner time recipe rut, or even with your lunches. Any meal honestly can get you into a rut, especially with a busy schedule this fall. You can keep mealtime exciting with over 40 recipes to choose from every single week, so there's always something delicious to discover with HelloFresh. It's truly a no-brainer. It does all the shopping and meal planning for you. Ingredients arrive at your doorstep, pre-proportioned and ready to cook, along with pictured step-by-step recipe cards. It's never been easier. I personally love HelloFresh as a way to get exposure to new recipes, make my life a bit easier as a busy 20-year-old in the city. And I love that it's worry-free, it's super easy, it's convenient, and gets delivered straight to my door. Go to hellofresh.com/50ray and use code 50ray for 50% off plus free shipping. That's hellofresh.com/50RAE and use code 50ray, 50RAE for 50% off plus free shipping. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit, and thank you for sponsoring today's episode of Morning Ray.
This is the smell of the leftover tuna fish sandwich you left in your lunchbox over the weekend in a wimpy trash bag.
Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy!
Blech! And this is the smell of that same sandwich in a hefty, ultra-strong trash bag.
Hefty, hefty, hefty!
Ah, smell the difference? Hefty Ultra Strong has Arm & Hammer with continuous odor control, so no matter what's inside your trash, you can stay one step ahead of stinky. And for bigger jobs, try the superior strength of Hefty Large Black Bags.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
in that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
I feel like as I've like watched YouTube and been super involved in influencer blogger culture, I've really like picked up on different things that I've liked from other people, which has in turn for me to create my own style. I don't think I'm like super stylish or super out there by any means or super individual, but I definitely feel like I found what I like and what I feel the most confident in. And I think that's where my style has evolved the most. I stopped like trying to wear the clothes that I thought people wanted to see me in or dressing for the male gaze. And I started wearing things that I truly felt the most confident and hottest in, and I really liked wearing. And this is definitely a more recent thing. And I'm not going to say I don't ever not dress for like the male gaze, because it definitely is something I feel a lot of us like straight females still do. But I started focusing more on how I felt in my clothes and how I felt in situations when I was wearing clothes that I felt confident in versus when I was out and about in clothes that I wasn't confident in and clothes that I wasn't comfortable in. And I always had a much better time and was able to be more present and authentic and real when I was wearing clothes that I felt really confident and comfortable in. So I know this went really deep with how has your style evolved, but I definitely think it's evolved to be clothing that I truly feel confident and comfortable in and that I truly do like, not just for the sake of following trends or dressing for the male gaze. Okay, I've written down so many questions and we're already at 22 minutes. So I'm going to scroll through and I'm going to see which ones are worth answering. The spicy ones, the good ones. Best way to let a guy down but stay friends. I think I'm the queen at doing this, probably too often, but I think it's really important to go about it in a really kind way and to be gentle to their feelings, because kind of put yourself in their shoes. But I always like to say, like, I've enjoyed our time together and I really do think we have a lot in common and I see the potential for a really good friendship. And I'd like it to stay that way, something along those lines. I don't know. For some reason, it's always worked out for me whenever I've done this. But you have to like gauge it off of like how much of like your relationship is like friendship like have you spoken a lot? Like if like you haven't really like built like a foundation, like it probably isn't going to really work. Also, I don't know if this is coming at like you've been going on dates and you want to like kind of friend zone them and make them like a guy bestie, because I've done that many, many times. Or if we're going at the approach like where you're friends and then like you kind of hook up or he asks you, I think you just have to be like really communicative about like why you want to stay friends and like why you don't want to move past that. Like you don't want to lose him as a friend, or like you really value your friendship and you don't want to risk losing it or ruining it. Just be like really straightforward and communicative and he will understand. And if he doesn't, then that's his loss, you know? But also know that they might need some space and they might need some time apart from you, especially if there are feelings involved. So make sure you are prepared to do that. I know I have had to do it in the past and they'll come around. They most likely will come around. What are your favorite things to meal prep? I love meal prepping. This is so random. Like lettuce, like cutting up the lettuce and putting in a bag and so that it's easy and ready to go. I love meal prepping proteins like chicken and tofu. Super, super easy. Hard-boiled eggs are awesome. I love meal prepping my fruit, like having my berries all ready to go. Those are like the things I like to do, like sort of like ingredients, like macros, like kind of like proteins, carbs, veggies sort of thing. I love prepping grilled vegetables. Big salads were something that I was doing for a while, which is super fun. And then it's like super easy. How to cope with feeling stuck and feeling like you're not where you're supposed to be. I think everything happens in divine timing, but it's also up to you to make that change to get yourself out of this feeling of feeling stuck. So you just have to like be patient and know that things will happen as they should and when they should, but also know that you can be proactive. And if you want to see and feel change, like you have to make a change, and it can be scary, but you kind of just have to take that risk. Like the greater the risk, the greater the return sort of thing. How to make meeting a guy for the first time not awkward. I think awkward is a mindset, and it's only awkward if you make it awkward. So if you just like act like they're already a friend, like they're just like a person that you know, then like it will be fine. Like it's really only awkward if you make it awkward and like you're both in the same sort of situation. Like say like this is a guy you're meeting for the first time off of a dating app. Like you both kind of feel like the same way. Like you've spoken online a little bit. I recommend not to speak like text too much before. But just know that they're in the same position as you are. It's only awkward if you make it awkward, and just pretend you're talking to them like you're talking to a friend. Like just be chill. Like no biggie. Like I promise everything is going to be okay. And again, it's only awkward if you make it awkward or if you think it's awkward. Like it's all about your mindset. How to stay consistent with eating a balanced diet and not feeling guilty about eating bad. First off, there's no such thing as eating bad. We don't label things as good or bad. But I think you need to let go of this all or nothing mentality, because that's when it makes it hard to stay consistent. It's all about trying your best and doing your best as much as you can, and really letting go of this guilty conscious mindset. It's all about finding balance, and balance is going to look different every single day. But just like know that if we like quote unquote fall off the track, like don't like let it all go because like one day got messed up. Like just like keep going, like lean back into your good habits. Like try, like even if like in a day, like say you had a really indulgent breakfast, okay, the day isn't over. Like you can have like a more nutritious and balanced lunch and dinner. Like there's still so many other things that you can do. How to deal with and accept failure. Failed my driver's test and trying to not make it personal. Girl, I failed my G2 2 times. It took me 3 tries to get my G2, which is like so you have like your G1, your G2, and your G. So your G2 allows you to drive alone. It allows you to drive on the highway, but it's not your full license. And I failed twice. It took me 3 times. I definitely had my tantrum. Wow, I can't speak. Definitely had my temper tantrums. And that is okay. It's all okay. And if we don't fail, we don't learn and we don't grow. And failure is a natural part of life. It is existent in everyone's life. We all go through different areas of failure. And the only way that we fail is if we don't learn from it, if we don't grow from it. So if you don't work hard to learn from this or appreciate it for what it is, then you failed. But if you work on appreciating it and growing from it and moving forward and continuing on with your life and picking the things up and like picking yourself up and you keep moving forward, then you didn't fail. It's really all about reframing it and reframing your mindset and finding that silver lining. Find the good thing in the darkness. Okay, 2 more questions and then we are going to log off. But I've been really having a fun time and I hope these are helpful for you. I hope this is enjoyable to you. Do you believe that being low-key and not telling people about your stuff until it happens is the way to go? I'm assuming like stuff is like someone you're seeing or whatever. And I'm going to say yes, because I feel like whenever, not that I like always practice this, I'll be honest, I don't always practice this, but I find that like whenever I start to tell too many people about like a guy I'm seeing or something in my life, like I put it on this pedestal and then I like hyper fixate on it and I make it out bigger than it actually is. And then it ends up not happening, or I get disappointed because I put it on this pedestal and like I expect all these different things. Like I have high expectations for it. But when I'm low key and kind of keep things more to myself and don't really spill all the details to my friends, I feel like I have a much better mindset and a healthier mindset around whatever is going on in my life, whether it be a project I'm working on or a thing I'm working on with a brand or something with school or something with work, or maybe it's a guy I'm starting to see. It always ends up working out better. And I don't know if that's because I don't get so much in my head about it. I don't have other people interjecting their opinions or thoughts and that impacting the way I view the situation or making me view it in a way that's not true for what it is. But I do believe keeping things more low key and not telling many people about things or situationships or whatever's going on in my life until it's like official or more legitimate is definitely the better way to go. And I want to practicing that better. Definitely working on it because I am such an open book. But I do think it is a better way to go. But I also think it's okay to share things with your friends and to want to share things. Just like know what your mindset is and know what it is. Because like at the end of the day, like you're the only one in that relationship or dealing with whatever it is. The last question is a spicy one. How is your dating life? That's a really good question. I currently have Hinge, Raya, and Locks Club on my phone. I hate Hinge and I want to delete it. It's currently set to Jewish only because I've decided that that is important for me. But I don't know. I just don't like this app. I think I'm actually going to delete it right now. Yeah. I'm going to delete it. We're going to pause my profile. She's paused. Although I do think my profile is really good right now. And I'm deleting the app. Remove app. Delete app. I only have Raya because I accidentally let my subscription renew for another month. So I should probably actually end it so that doesn't go again. But no, I have not matched with Sean from Raya. I did see him on it, though, a while ago. So that's how Raya's going. And Lux Club is kind of hard to use because no one in Toronto has it. So it's all New York or like American men. However, there are really cute guys on there, like really cute finance bros. It's kind of my vibe. Finance investment bankers seem to be who I go for no matter what. Oh, this guy's kind of cute. He lives in New York. Classic. Sound like we matched. Interesting. Anyways, my dating life is going. I haven't gone on a date in a while. Actually, that's a lie. I went for coffee last Saturday and it just, I don't know. He wasn't for me, and that's okay. But I feel like I'm really burnt out of going on dates, and I have so much going on in my personal life and in my work and everything that I don't really have the energy or bandwidth to go on dates right now or to actively set up dates. However, I'm not closed off. If someone were to ask me on a date, I would go. I am still talking to people, but there's not really like anything going on in my life, like maybe a sneaky link, but like not really. Like there's honestly not much going on. There's nothing really exciting. And the last time I was like consistently seeing someone it ended just after my birthday. So that's what my dating life is. He was supposed to come to the wedding that I went to, but I ended up taking Shayna, my bestie. So yeah, my dating life is going. If you have any people, any boys men in Toronto that are preferably Jewish, that are at least 5'9" or 5'10", if not taller, who you think would be my type, let me know. Feel free to slide into my DMs. I'm open to being set up. So, yeah, that's how my dating life is going. It's really not that exciting. I'm sorry I don't have any spicy tea to give you. But apparently it comes when you least expect it. Another thing is I did a numerology reading earlier this year, and she told me I'd find my boyfriend this year. It's October 14th. I don't think that's happening, but this is where my life is at. I'm getting a little delirious recording this podcast episode, so I think it's safe to say we should end it. If you like this episode of Morning Ray, make sure to leave a rating or review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, as that's how you can help support the pod. We are still in the charts, guys. It's kind of crazy. I love you guys so much, and we'll chat soon. Bye, guys.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.